Good evening. Let's try finish reading about Pakistan International Airlines. I did finish upload. It's not because I don't like to talk, but I just use this video just to reading, to relax and reading. I had pause. I need to read it at it's 9 p.m. and I only sleep 5 hours last night, so I'm sleepy. So I'm very sleepy. So I just use this to read. I have other videos. I talk a lot, but I have talked enough today.
APBLD, crashed near Karachi Airport with 99 people on board. The flight was en route to Karachi from Lahore. Flight Park 8303, carrying 91 passengers and 8 crew members on board, crashed while on the descent towards the runway of Jinnah International Airport, killing 97 while 2 passengers survived. The cause of the crash was due to the aircraft being badly damaged in the first belly landing, with both engines flaming out during the go-around. The final report listed following as the primary reasons: human error, non-adherence to SOPs and disregard of ATC instructions during the event flight, lack of communication between the ATC and the flight crew. The International Air Transport Association, IATA, communicated concerns over the serious lapse in licensing and safety oversight by the aviation regulator. In November 2020, PIA shut down its courier arm, SpeedX, whose infrastructure was scattered over 74 domestic destinations, and laid off its 320 employees. In December 2020, PIA announced a plan to lay off half of its employees and transferred its engineering arm, Precision Engineering Complex, PEC, to the Pakistan Air Force. Pilot licensing scandal, edit. On the 24th of June, 2020, Pakistani Aviation Minister Ghulam Sawar Khan told Parliament that 262 of Pakistan's 860 active, licensed pilots had been found to have suspicious or fake licenses. They were suspected of having paid someone else to take their certification examination on their behalf. PIA subsequently grounded 150 of its 434 pilots on suspicion of having a bogus license. Later, the employment of 7 pilots was terminated. On the 30th of June, the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, EASA, revoked PIA's third-part authorization, subsequently banning PIA from flying in European airspace for 6 months from the following day, following multiple safety failings. On the 9th of July, 2020, the United States banned the airline because of concerns about its certification of pilots. By that date, PIA was also banned from flights in the United Kingdom, and Pakistani pilots in Vietnam and Malaysia were grounded on a temporary basis. Reports on the 16th of July 2020 stated that the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration downgraded Pakistan's air safety rating to Category 2. This decision means no Pakistani airlines can establish new services to the United States or code-share with U.S. airlines. On the 18th of July, PIA dismissed 7 pilots and 1 member of cabin crew whose licenses had been revoked by the country's Civil Aviation Authority, CAA. On the 28th of December, the EU ban was extended for 3 more months, stating that an official inspection of the CAA would have to be performed first. On the 16th of March, 2021, the ban was extended to July. Less than a month later, the ban was extended indefinitely, following another safety concern regarding the CAA that was made public by the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO. ICAO has yet to perform safety audit of the CAA. The European Union Aviation Safety Agency, EASA, stated that the ICAO's safety audit would be a sign of improvement. On the 6th of November, 2021, the first sign of improvement appeared when the CAA received positive feedback from Europe's safety audit for foreign origin aircraft, SAFA. Further improvement was made on the 8th of March, 2023, when PIA completed an online safety audit conducted by EASA. Cancelled flights due to unpaid fuel bills, edit. In late 2023, PIA was forced to cancel numerous flights due to unpaid fuel bills. Resulting cancellations resulted in multiple instances of customer anger, creating viral social media content. State-owned Pakistan State Oil suspended fueling of PIA aircraft after PIA's request for additional government funding was denied. In late December 2023, interim government planned to privatize the airline. During a question hour in Senate, advisor to Prime Minister on Aviation Air Marshal, RETD, Farhat Hussain Khan, that said privatization of Pakistan International Airlines is being carried out under the government's policy to privatize loss-making entities. The advisor said that initially PIA will be privatized as a flight entity and the decision on its other properties will be decided later. Corporate management, edit. Structure, edit. Pakistan International Airlines Corporation Limited, PIA, is majority owned by the Government of Pakistan, 86%, while the remainder, 14%, is owned by private shareholders. The airline is under the administration of Aviation Division and is managed by a President and Chief Executive Officer as well as the Board of Directors. The board consists of 9 independent non-executive members and has 4 subcommittees: an Audit Committee, Brand and Advertising Committee, Finance Committee, and Human Resource Committee, each having its charter and chairman. The President and Chief Executive Officer leads the executive management of staff who run the airline. The airline's main headquarters are located at Karachi, while smaller sub-head offices are located in several cities within Pakistan. 7 of PIA's 10 departments are in Islamabad, viz., Marketing Department, Procedure Bureau, Central Reservation Control, Revenue Management, HR and Security and Vigilance Department. The remaining 3 departments are in Karachi, namely Finance, Engineering and Situation Room. Privatization, edit. In the late 1990s, the government of Pakistan announced privatization plans due to the persistent losses suffered by the airline, but they were never implemented. However, several steps towards the outsourcing of non-core businesses were initiated. Catering units, starting with Karachi Flight Kitchen, ground handling, starting with ramp services, and engineering, are to gradually leave the airline and operate as independent companies. In 1997, Pakistan called in a team from International Finance, IFC, the consulting arm of the World Bank, to advise on restructuring and privatization of Pakistan International Airlines, PIA. However, no agreement was reached. Despite the government's multiple privatization plans, on the 18th of February, 2009, the carrier was dropped from the privatization list. In 2013, the government of Pakistan once again aimed to privatize the airline due to increased losses by selling 26% of shares and management control to the investor. This plan was dropped due to protests by airline unions and associations after security forces killed 2 employees approaching the Jinnah International Airport terminal building. In 2018, the newly elected government aimed to not privatize the entity and instead achieve profitability through the change in its top management. On the 6th of February, 2024, the caretaker cabinet of the interim government decided to split different functions of Pakistan International Airlines into two entities to make it attractive for investors. These entities were named Topco and Holdco. Topco was allocated basic functions, including engineering, ground handling, and flight kitchen and training. Holdco was given Precision Engineering Complex, PIA Investment Limited and subordinate departments and properties. Financial and operational performance, edit. In 2011, PIA began to be unprofitable, requiring government subsidies. By the end of 2016, the airline was saddled with $3 billion in debt. At the end of 2018, the airline was burdened with $3.3 billion in debt, up from $2.97 the year before, and thus requiring government bailouts for continued operation. In April 2019, PIA claimed that its revenues almost matched operating costs. An audit in September 2019 revealed that PIA had operated 46 empty flights between 2016 and 2017, without any passengers, causing a loss of $1.1 million to the airline. Additionally, 36 hatch flights were flown without any passengers. By the end of 2019, PIA reported a 41% increase in year-on-year revenue due to discontinuation of unprofitable routes, reintroduction of idle aircraft, and a sharp increase in the airline cargo space utilization. The airline faces many challenges to its profitability. PIA, along with Etihad, were once considered one of the cheapest airlines in the GCC. Pakistan faces what has been termed capacity dumping by Middle East Airlines, who operate numerous daily flights to every major city in Pakistan. Pakistan's Open Skies agreement with the UAE, for example, allows Emirati Airlines an unlimited number of seats into Karachi, with Emirates Airline alone operating up to 7 daily flights to Karachi from Dubai on high-capacity Boeing 777s. PIA also discontinued previously profitable routes to the US, as the TSA forbade non-stop flights from Pakistan to the US, and instead required costly diversions to European airports for immigration clearance, resulting in flight times that were significantly longer than flights on Middle Eastern airlines. New routes such as to Najaf and Bangkok also did not improve the airline's finances given the seasonality of those destinations. Further, staffing levels and overall management issues, including an employee count of 18,014 in 2010 for a fleet of 40 aircraft, present further challenges, although in August 2019, PIA laid off 1,000 redundant employees. Financial and operational performance. Year revenue, PKR million, net income, PKR million. Passenger load factor, %. Revenue passengers, million, employees, average. 2005 64,074, 4,411, 69 5.499 19,263. 2006 70,587. 12,763, 68 5.732 18,282. 2007 70,480, 13,398, 67 5.415 18,149. 2008 89,201. 35,880, 71 5.617 18,036. 2009 94,563, 5,822, 75.535 17,944. 2010 107,531, 20,785, 74 5.538 18,019. 2011 116,550, 26,767, 72 5.953 18,014. 2012 112,130, 33,181, 75.236 17,439. 2013 95,771, 44,524, 74.449 16,604. 2014 99,519, 31,744, 72 4.202 16,243. 2015 91,268, 32,529, 74.394 16,271. 2016 88,997, 44,900, n / 5.486 13,947. 2017 90,843, 47,760, 73 5.342 13,592. 2018 103,490, 67,327, 77 5.203 12,437. 2019 147,500, 55,451, 81 5.290 11,740. 2020 94,989, 34,642, 74 2.541 10,779. 2021 94,989, 50,101, 66 2.657 8,558. 2022 172,038, 88,008, 84.281 8,031. Destinations, edit. Main article, list of Pakistan International Airlines destinations. As of November 2019, PIA serves 19 domestic and 24 international destinations in 16 countries across Asia, the Middle East, Europe and North America. PIA, with its interline agreements and codeshare partner airlines, offers a wider choice of travel in 102 international destinations in 40 countries across the world with different flight connections. Codeshare agreements, edit. PIA has codeshare agreements with the following airlines: 1. China Southern Airlines, 2. Etihad Airways, 3. Emirates, 4. Malaysia Airlines, 5. Thai Airways International, 6. Turkish Airlines. Interline agreements, edit. PIA have interline agreements with the following airlines: 1. Air Canada, 2. Air China, 3. Air France, 4. All Nippon Airways, 5. Batik Air Malaysia, 6. Malaysia Airlines, 7. Scandinavian Airlines, 8. Sri Lankan Airlines, 9. Swiss International Airlines, 10 WestJet. Cargo SPA agreements, edit. PIA have cargo special pro-rate agreements with the following airlines. 1 Air Canada, 2 Air China, 3 American Airlines, 4 British Airways, 5 Delta Airlines, 6 Egyptair, 7 Emirates, 8 Gulf Air, 9 Kenya Airways, 10 Korean Air, 11 Malaysia Airlines, 12 Philippine Airlines, 13 Qantas, 14 Saudia, 15 Sri Lankan Airlines, 16 Thai Airways International, 17 Turkish Airlines, 18 United Airlines. Fleet, edit. Current fleet, edit. As of December 2023, Pakistan International Airlines operates the following aircraft. Pakistan International Airlines Fleet. Aircraft in service orders capacity notes. CY and Y total. ATR 42 to 503, 1038 48 1 aircraft parked. Airbus A320-217, 8, 150 158 4 aircraft parked. 180 180. Boeing 777-206, 35 45 240 319 1 aircraft parked. 35 54 240 329. Boeing 777-200 LR2, 35 60 215 310 launch customer. Boeing 777-300 45 35 54 304 393 2 aircraft parked. Total 32.5. Former fleet, edit. This section does not cite any sources. Please help improve this section by adding citations to reliable sources. Unsourced material may be challenged and removed. November 2022. Learn how and when to remove this template message. Aircraft total introduced retired notes. Airbus A300B4-210 1980 2005. 1986-1992 crashed as Flight Park 268. Airbus A310-312 1991 2016. Airbus A320-201 2014 2020 crashed as Flight Park 8303. Airbus A321-202 2006 2007. Airbus A330-301 2016 2017. ATR 42 to 501 2007 2016 crashed as Flight Park 661. ATR 72 to 503 2015 2022 aircraft in storage. 1 aircraft transferred to Pakistan Naval Air Arm. Boeing 707-320C-12 1960-1999. 1979 crashed as Flight Park 740. Boeing 720B-8 1962-1986. 1965 crashed as Flight Park 705. Boeing 737-308 1985-2014. Boeing 737-402 2004-2005. Boeing 737-804 2014-2015. Boeing 747-200B6 1976-2005. Boeing 747-200B Combi 2 1979-2011. Boeing 747 to 306 1999 2015 bought from Cathay Pacific. Convair CV 244 1947 1959. De Havilland Canada DHC-6 Twin Otter 8 1970 2001. Douglas DC-315 1947 1967. Douglas DC-8-21 F1 1977 1978. Douglas DC-61 CF1 1977 1978. Fokker F-27-200 Friendship 22 1961 2006. 1989 missing as Flight Park 404. 2006 crashed as Flight Park 688. Fokker F-27-400 Friendship 1 1961 2003. Fokker F-27-600 Friendship 5 1966 1986. Hiller A-12E-4 1 1963 1971. Hawker Siddeley Trident 1E4 1966 1970. Lockheed L-100382B4C Hercules 2 1966 1966. Lockheed L-1049C Super Constellation 3 1954 1969. Lockheed L-1049H Super Constellation 2 1958 1969. McDonnell Douglas DC-10-35 1974 1986. Milne 8 MTV 11 1995 1997. Sikorsky S-61 N3 1963 1967. 1966 crashed as Flight Park 17. Tupolev Tu-154 4 1996 1997. Vickers Viscount 815 5 1956 1966. Livery, edit. In December 2003, PIA introduced a new image that was applied to its first Boeing 777-200 and on two newly leased Airbus A310s, one of which was in service. The livery was white at the front and beige at the rear, separated by a dark green stripe. The tail was painted white with a new typeface PIA acronym written in dark green. The Pakistan title was added to the front fuselage in all raised letters and the engine cowlings were painted in beige. The PIA logo written in calligraphic Urdu was added just behind the cockpit. However, due to criticism, the design was modified before the first Boeing 777 was delivered. The tail logo was replaced by a flowing Pakistan flag on a beige background. The Pakistan titles were removed and the PIA acronym was enlarged and moved onto the fuselage. The English and Urdu PIA titles remained the same. The leased A310s and most of the PIA fleet also adopted this livery at a later date. In early 2006, the airline launched 4 new tail designs for its fleet. The tails represented the 4 provinces of Pakistan, Sindh, Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan. The tails promoted the cultures of the 4 provinces of Pakistan by applying motifs to the tails and adding a city name to the rear of the fuselage corresponding to the province. The frontier tail represented the Fulkari, flowering, pattern, which reflected a tradition of embroidery generally done on shawls, shirts, and linen. The Punjab tail was loosely related to the tile decoration of the Wazir Khan Mosque in Lahore. The Balochistan tail showed the creativity seen in the local keeleems, carpets, and rugs woven with wool, goat or camel hair and mixed yarn. The pattern was mostly bold geometric motifs in primary colors dominated by red. The Sindh tail was influenced by the volatile work with electric blue and white floral patterns. In 2009, management stopped the application of provincial tails, deeming them too costly. PIA launched its new livery in mid-April 2010. An Airbus A310, Boeing 777-200 and Boeing 747-300 were the first aircraft to wear the new look. The livery was unveiled at the PIA headquarters on a Boeing 777